We did a video a few months ago about status and how different people have different status, and is that something you should consider when you're dating. Someone replied and said, forget status, it's all about looks. This is Reid from ReidAboutSex.com.
Handsome. Handsome as the day is long. This is Cathy from theintimacydojo.com. Caring, forgiving, compassionate, generous, and skin soft. Silk. All right, what are we talking about?
So they're talking about how it's not really about when people are dating, they're not looking necessarily for status, according to this person. They're looking for looks.
Yeah, I mean, ask Danny DeVito, man. His life sucks. Yeah.
There are a lot of people out there that go by looks. Tinder, just flipping through and looking at a face and deciding if you want to be with someone. And looks do have a lot of importance in our society. We're taught that. We're constantly bombarded with messages of having to look a certain way in order to get the job or the love or the, whatever it is. And there's a lot of reason for that. Marketing works. It helps us spend money because we want to live a certain way.
Happy people don't buy things. Happy people do not buy things, ladies and gentlemen.
They did find that the average woman, when reading a Cosmo magazine, her self-esteem will drop 30% going through the one magazine. So they do emphasize that. Our society emphasizes that. And there is an association that's created. Like on TV, if you watch a sitcom, and I just turn off the sound because it helps me focus, but you'll see the pretty people are the ones that have fun, are seen as smart, as they get the good jobs. Ditzy. Or ditzy sometimes. But in general, the non-pretty ones are not seen as, so they're not going to get, you won't see it shown as they're getting good things in life. So our brain associates that. It's not actually true. Loving someone who's really cool and a good fit for you is far more important than finding someone who's perfect looking. In fact, one of my first college professor, who I adored, she was an older woman, about 50. I guess it's not older now, but at the time it was older.
Well, because you were younger.
Yeah. And she was amazing. So charismatic, like dynamic woman, amazing teacher. We all adored her. We took all her classes.
She was a good teacher.
Yeah. And a few years later, I saw a brochure where she was getting a distinguished professorship or something. And without any context, I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, this woman is kind of ugly. Like, she was not, like, I had just seen her as amazing. Like, I'd never seen her as I hadn't evaluated her looks in that sense. She was an amazing person. But out of context, it was like, wow, she's not what conventionally pretty people would look like. So I think it's so much more about who you are in the world. And I want to spend time with people that are amazing, not just looking a certain way.
Well, so there's some problem, like, to be a nerd and pick this stuff apart. Like, when we say, like, people who are amazing, like, understand, culture's having its way with you, right?
All the time, no matter what you do.
Because that statement, you want to spend time with people who are amazing. What about all the mediocre people who are just plain? I guess Cathy doesn't want to spend time with them. So then they feel broken. So then they feel like they can't hang out with the cool kids, right? That we have a YouTube channel and that you have, you're watching and you never want to be in front of a camera, so you'll never get to, like, hang out with us. Like, but this is the thing. This is all culture.
Okay, but my amazing may not be someone else's amazing.
Aha!
So the people that are a really good fit for me and get me very excited, maybe someone else is mediocre, or maybe, and the people that are not that I really call people mediocre, but if there was somebody, then they might find something else they're excited about.
First off, a mediocre person is always at their best. Just remember that. Okay?
Wow.
If you strive for mediocre, you're good for life. That's me being funny, but at the same time, this is, like, what you say is completely true. To me, at least. Other people will have their opinions. But, like, when you start looking at people who are a good fit for you, and especially good fit being things that you're really excited by, passionate about, like, the dynamics change. If this is one of self-expression, not of attraction, which is cosmopolitan, right? And marketing, because happy people don't buy things. So we have to make you feel broken so that then you'll want to spend money to fix it.
You run up the credit card so that you'll finally be acceptable.
Exactly. So this idea of, like, what is a good fit for you? I mean, I'm just pulling stuff out of my butt as usual. But, like, if you look at your favorite music band, or like the rock band or the country band, like the music that you love most, that inspires you, and actually look at the faces of the people in that band.
Yeah.
Like, they're usually not all like the Backstreet Boys or Boys to Men, like all like good looking,
Justin Timberlake,
rugged, like sexy. Like, a lot of rock and roll bands were filled with not attractive people, right? You're like, whoa, like the Traveling Wilburys are like some of like the joke being, this is a comedian who said this, like some of the, let's make a band of some of the ugliest men in rock and roll. And I'm like, but you still get inspired by them. You still get like, they're amazing to you because there's something about their self-expression that speaks to you. I'm just using the rock and roll stuff as a silly analogy, but in the kink world, people who are into certain activities, who are really into the activity is what's important, not necessarily the looks.
Finding someone who's a good match for you.
Yeah, like are you really, if you're a golf enthusiast, being like, sorry, Bob, can't golf with you. You're not pretty enough.
Yeah.
Like, when you jump out of the attraction box, you realize, oh, life is about so much more, and culture's taking a dump on a lot of us. While I have the convenience of, men when they get older, as they age, they get more sexy. Thank you, Robert Redford, and culture.
Sean Connery, too.
Sean Connery. But I don't even know what that was. That was intense. But the idea of like, you've got culture on your side for some things and against you on a bunch of other stuff. What do you actually like, and who do you want to be? And go hang out with those people. Go hang out with those awesome people. And that's your kind of awesome.
Yeah. And figure out where you're awesome and own that. Like, I have a friend who's really into historical reenactment. To his friends, he's awesome. To me, after about a half an hour, I'm like, okay, I'm really done. Just because one person isn't excited about who you are, that doesn't mean there aren't millions out there that would love to get to know you.
And if you're turned on by, whatever attractive is to you, like, then let that be the thing that turns you on too.
Yeah, but let it be your own, not what society says.
Exactly. And, understand, like, look at all the other things that turn you on or turn your brain on, just in life in general, and surround yourself with those, and don't be mean. Like, be nice to people. Jesus. Leave a comment.
Said snarkily.
Do it. Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really, like...